So after 40 years of being kind of way in the underground and being, I guess, dismissed, the art world is kind of embracing trauma. And the lesson there for you young people, as Woody Allen says, success is just 88% just showing up. Of course, he's fucking his daughter. By the way, John is here, the star of Biker Warrior Babe versus Zombie Babies from Hell. Come on, John, come in and say hello. Is it? What's the director, Ryan?
Ryan's producer-director was Jeremiah Morehouse.
Jeremiah Morehouse, there you go. And
I played the town cop.
What?
Jake Armstrong, the town cop, is my character.
All right, whatever.
I see.
Anyway, they let me do some voiceover, which is very generous.
Lloyd did some.
Very honored to be part of that fine movie. Anyway, so here we are after 40 years, Museum of Modern Art. I would say this probably is, to some extent, our certainly among our more outrageous movies, but yet Museum of Modern Art, and now the American Cinematheque did a big fromage to trauma last week, and this was in it. And the Museum of the Philadelphia Museum of Contemporary Art has just asked to play the movie. So I stand before you as a respected artiste.
Yes.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
When might we expect Volume 2?
Volume 2 is, we're still filming. It's almost finished, though, in terms of filming. It takes us this is about a 3-year pull to do Volume 1. And I would guess it's, we're talking about months away. But nobody wants our movie, so we can take as long as we want to film them. Peter Jackson's got to get his ready for Christmas. So it's his job. He's got to get his ready for Christmas, right, Toxie?
Hey, Lloyd, I just wanted to ask you about how you're...
You raise your hand. Yes, you in the back, you in the back.
I just want to ask you how you're doing some of the funding nowadays. I know they're doing a lot of crowdfunding and stuff online. Are you guys going to any of that, or are you still going to some of the same old sources you've been for that?
Yeah, our own pockets, basically. We don't make any money, so we can't. We used to make money. In the 80s, we were profitable, but now we can't say we're going to make any money. So we can't ask people to invest unless they want to, unless they know they're going to lose their money, which is not really investing. Unless we have paid. My wife's retirement money paid for Poultry Guy's Night of the Chicken Dead. And I told her she was investing in Transformers Part 6. Don't tell her. Whatever you do, do not hit the balls. That's what we say. We're fucked. We're totally fucked. We have enough to get through Volume 2, but, I mean, it's crowdfunding. We can't really. We've done a little of it. The duck, we did Duck Starter, and our fans, my partner Michael Hurst refused to pay for the duck, the trained duck, and he thought it was stupid. Can you imagine something stupid coming out of my brain? So we went to, the fans put up $10,000 for the trained duck. The duck has got more money than anybody, and the actors got virtually nothing. The duck is comes with the duck has to come with 2 friends, because they get very lonely if they're not, if they don't have an entourage. A trainer and a handler, and they're 8 hours, and then they get overtime, and 2 more hours after that they get triple time, golden time. So the duck had the best deal, and but thanks to our fans, we had Duck Starter. The Duck Starter worked out, and we raised some money from our fans for a documentary. We made a movie 10 years ago at the Cannes Film Festival, All the Love You Can, which shows kind of how trauma exists at the Cannes Film Festival, how we operate, and how an independent company is treated by the Cannes Film Festival. So we thought it'd be interesting 10 years later to go after, to try another documentary. It's totally uncommercial, so we asked our fans to help us out with that, and they gave us about $50,000 to, which paid for about half of the movie. We're editing now, it'll take a while for that to come out too. But Occupy Can is the name of that film. If you want to see All the Love You Can, it's free on our YouTube movie channel. And it's pretty interesting. It shows sort of how we do street theater and how we try to compete at Cannes Film Festival with the $100,000 billboards and Warner Brothers $500,000 parties and all that kind of stuff.
Do you have any plans to bring
By the way,
trophies
man,
to more cities?
I think crowdsourcing is going to be tough for people who are not known. You know, Spike Lee has a $30 million mansion in New York. He raised $3 million on the internet through crowdsourcing from poor people, and I guess he's famous, so he can do it. And I imagine if you have a subject that is of interest, if you have a particular, you know, trendy subject maybe, or a politically correct thing, or maybe a documentary about a certain person, maybe there'll be enough fans to support it. But I think unless you're known, it's going to be really hard to raise money on Kickstarter for movies. For inventions and things like that, I think that's probably the thing that helps. And my guess is if we wanted Toxic Avenger Part 5, which we're writing, maybe because Toxie's pretty famous, maybe we could go to our fans and maybe there are enough of them out there that might help us out, but that's a long way off. And Michael Hurds, my partner, really does not want to do the crowdsourcing thing.
That's kind of, I mean, I'm just saying for my own, I've helped fund a couple little movies, it's like 10, 20 bucks, nothing major, but they've hit their target and gone beyond.
Really? What were their targets?
Well, they had a target for, I think it was like $125,000 to make a movie called The Adventures of Zombie Kitty.
And they got it?
And they got it within
Well,
a couple weeks.
That's
And they've gone
amazing. I
beyond.
can't imagine Troma nobody could put that money up for
Well, that's what I'm saying, you guys.
They must be talented or something, I don't know. I can't imagine that, that's
Flips online,
fantastic.
you know?
I can't believe it, honestly, it's fantastic. I don't,
Which I definitely, at least, same thing, throw 25 bucks your way just to say, hey, you know, I gave 25 bucks to that,
well,
I
you
can't wait to
probably,
see it.
in my case, you're about the only one, I think. I don't think we could raise 125,000, I don't know that, you know, that Zombie Kitty, that's really, and they are not, that's not like famous people, or?
No, it's a small group of people. They have a character that literally just goes to shows, dresses up in a costume he created, and then they created a story around him.
Well, maybe,
ran ads on the internet.
maybe Zombie Kitty has a big following, you know. I don't know, honestly, I don't think we are strong enough to raise enough money to do this kind of a movie, like Return to Nukem. This movie is about 400,000. I honestly don't think that Troma has enough. Our fans are mainly young and poor. It's up to you, you're all rich. I don't think we can make it. But there are young people. We are producing some movies for very small budgets, like 25,000. Younger people who know how to do it are doing really good work on a very, very low budgets. And maybe they can go out and crowdfund, you know, for a smaller amount. Anybody have any? Yes, sir.
What else does Stroma have in the works right now?
Well, we're going to finish Volume 2 of Return to Nukem High so we can see how it ends up. Do you know how it ends, Toxic? No, I don't either, but we'll see where that takes us. We're writing the Toxic Avenger Part 5, which is taking a long time, and we've cleverly placed about a third of the Toxic Twins, it's called. We've cleverly placed about a third of it in Chernobyl, which happens to be located in the Ukraine. So we're really got a bump in the road in that case. But at some point, the script still sucks. So by the time we get a decent script, it'll hopefully clear up over there. So that's really the only thing. And then we're producing a micro-budget movie. The guy who made the dog that gets thrown into Tromaville Falls, he is a very good special effects guy. And he made a movie that's also free on Troma YouTube channel. It's about 25 minutes, but it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's called Banana Motherfucker. And honestly, it is hilarious. He's Portuguese. Yeah, check it out. It's on the Troma. It's very hard to remember the title, I know. It's not an easy title like Biker.
You want to try it again?
Biker Bay.
Come on.
Biker Warrior Bay versus Zombie Baby in Hell.
There we go.
From Hell. But Banana Motherfucker is hilarious. Check it out. And it's free on the Troma internet, Troma website, Troma YouTube movie channel. Anyway, he's making a movie called Mutant Blast, and we're producing that, and that will be shot in Portugal. A very small budget, it'll be less than $50,000. And we will brilliantly produce it in Portuguese, a language which nobody speaks. Great business decision, once again. But he's talented. It's going to be good. Mutant Blast. Keep an eye out for it. It's going to shoot this summer. They're preparing the monsters and the stuff now, and it'll start in the early summer. Yes, sir.
Are you, so with the new Toxic Avenger movie, are you going to have Marissa Tomei make a cameo in it, like she...
In Volume 5?
Yeah.
I mean in the Toxic Avenger Part 5?
The new one.
Somehow I don't think she's going to remember us.
Just trick
plus
her.
She's only in Toxic 1 for about half a second. Yeah. You need your remote
Yeah,
control.
I paused it. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I know her.
But they're remaking the Toxic Avenger. And I don't know if you've heard the Akiva Goldsman, who got an Oscar for writing A Beautiful Behind. A Beautiful Mind. He's leading the charge, and so maybe if they make this is going to be a big $1 billion remake, and if they get that done, maybe she'll come back and get 2 seconds. I don't know. But we have our own stars. We've got Ron Jeremy and Lemmy and,
Awesome.
and Stan Lee.
Samuel Jackson.
Well, not in this, but. Samuel Jackson was in Death by Tim. He wasn't in this movie
No.
that you saw. No. But I'm saying we don't need those kind of stars. We've got Ron Jeremy. We got bigger stars. Anybody else? Yes.
How is Lemmy's current health?
Good. I've heard, and I met somebody who's close to him, and I can't remember. Very recently, I asked that question. It sounds like he's getting better and that they're going to tour again.
Cool.
But I can't remember who told me. But it was somebody who I had veracity. So it sounds like he's a lot better.
Hope so.
He's a very good guy. Lemmy's been in about 6 or 7 of our movies. He has never, none of the people who are well known get paid in our films. They just do it to be nice and try to keep us alive. And the only thing he asks for is a bottle of, it used to be Jack Daniels, now it's Maker's Mark. And he wants 2 Chomettes to talk to during the set, because it's boring sitting around the set. And that's it. He's never asked for anything else. Nothing. Good guy. Very good guy. Yes?
I noticed no Joe Flyshaker.
Well, the Volume 2, Joe Fleischaker, Lemmy will be in Volume 2 also. Joe Fleischaker, who's our action hero, I don't know if you know him, he was about 500 pounds. He went to fat rehab. He got very sick, congenital heart problem. And he's been in fat rehab now for 2 years. He's down to 350. And in Citizen Toxie, his character was called Lard Ass. Citizen Toxie, by the way, there it is. Look up, there it is, right there. I think that's the best Toxic Avenger. It's the 4th one. But at any rate, Joe says that when he gets down to 250, he will change his name from Lard Ass to Half Ass. And he has a cameo in Volume 2. He was well enough. We had to shoot it in his hospital room. But he was well enough to. He's in bed. He can't. He can't really walk. But so he'll appear. He will be in Volume 2, and he's getting a lot better. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is there a place where we can get the Toxic Avenger cartoon?
You could the Toxic Avenger cartoon. The Toxic Avenger is historically very significant. It's the only movie in the history of cinema in which a young boy's head gets squished by an automobile that was made into a children's environmental Saturday morning called The Toxic Crusaders, and you can see them for free on the Trauma YouTube movie channel. I think almost all of them are up on the YouTube movie channel. They're all free. Also, if any of you are filmmakers, the Make Your Own Damn Movie channel has many lessons and videos based on my books, and many interviews with all sorts of directors and producers and who are independent, from Oscar winners down to the more obscure underground movies. And it has videos on how we raise money, how we squash ahead, all the secrets of trauma filmmaking, which are depicted in the books, are visually also recorded. And every Friday we put a new Make Your Own Damn Movie lesson on the Make Your Own Damn Movie channel, YouTube channel. It's all free. So check out the cartoons.
You guys have those here for sale too, don't you?
Pardon?
Don't you guys have those here for sale too?
The cartoons here for sale?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. When I was at Cinema Wasteland in Cleveland, they packed up boxes, so there might be one.
Oh, I love it. It's all like here on the table.
Oh, good. Well, you can buy them here. Good. Buy them. That's fine.
Is the table still out there?
Yeah,
table's still
yeah,
out.
yeah. It's still there.
Sweet.
This is not New York. This is honest people. New York, they've been putting those things away. People in Ohio are decent people.
We tried.
Yeah, you fool.
What's that?
That's you fool.
No. They're very nice. The people in Cinema Wasteland are the nicest people. I've been there many times in Cleveland. The nicest fans. Somebody had a.
He didn't put us on.
Yes, sir.
I really loved your evil laugh in that movie. Could you perhaps summon one up for us?
Oh no,
okay.
I have to be totally neurotic and screaming at people, and if you want to see how we make a movie, we've made feature-length documentaries, and one of them, Poultry in Motion, which is the full-length behind-the-scenes movie of Poultry Guys, Night of the Chicken Dead. That's on the Trauma YouTube movie channel. Poultry in Motion, Truth is Stranger Than Chicken. It's a feature-length documentary about the making of Poultry Guys. You will see how that gets conjured up, that kind of laugh. It has to be, it's something that has to be, it's kind of like method. You have to be surrounded by lots of incompetent people doing crazy, dangerous, and stupid things, and then try to act.
It's asshole time, right?
What's that?
It's asshole time.
Yeah, there you go, that's right. You have to be surrounded by asshole time, and be an asshole at the same time. The reason, by the way, I play a part in our movies is that old people, if they're any good, they're either in the union or they've kind of made it. And if they suck, they either have left or they are available to us. And I suck less than the old people available to us who are willing. There's lots of young talent, and that's why we've got. I think this cast was really good in this movie. There's lots of young talent, and Trauma over the years has discovered everyone from Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Samuel Jackson, all sorts of people. The young talent pool is huge. But older people, if they haven't made it, usually they suck. That's why I play, if there's a part for somebody older, I play that part. Yep.
Well, first, good luck on beating your drinking problem from the movie.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And speaking of being older people in movies, are you going to do any shooting in the state of Ohio where any of the audience could volunteer to be in a movie?
We're going to film in Ohio. My wife just retired from being 20 years of the New York State Film Commissioner. And so had I left New York State, I would have no penis. I think let me know if I'm going over, Rachel. You let us know when you need this for the next movie. If there's a co-producer, why not? But it'd be too expensive for us to bring everything here, and and shoot. But if there's somebody who wants to come in with us and put up some dough and co-produce the Toxic Twins, Toxic Avenger Part 5, we'd love to film in Ohio. We are gonna go to Chernobyl. The reason the Chernobyl thing happened is that a guy who works for us met a young woman whose dad is a big-time Ukrainian billionaire, and she is a big Troma fan and wants to be in the movies. So, of course, Chernobyl's a perfect place for Toxic. And this happened before, and the father agreed to pay for us to go to Ukraine and film the parts of the script in the Ukraine. So unfortunately, then this unfortunate turn of events occurred in the Ukraine, and hopefully it'll calm down and we end up going there. That's why we wrote the movie for the Ukraine, for Chernobyl. So if somebody in Ohio has some money and they want to throw in, they'll have Toxic go from Chernobyl to Columbus, Ohio.
Go to the short north.
Land of
Right.
bank shares. I know all about Columbus. I drove here and it was interesting. There were some other interesting things. Skeet shooting. I saw a big national skeet shooting thing.
And your clean restroom and the rest.
Yeah, wow, we don't have that in New York. The rest stop, boy, the rest stop.
You're pretty impressed with that.
Yeah. It's amazing. I took a photograph of the rest stop on my way in and tweeted it. John obviously saw it. There was another thing I saw about there was a big billboard about it's a sin to be gay, but to be homosexual, but Jesus can change you or something. It was a giant billboard. So
Oh, the God billboards.
we don't have that in New York. Well, maybe I can change that. Point me in the right direction. I'm usually going to hell with this movie. No! Zombie babies from hell. I'll be down there with them.
There you go.
Anybody else have a question? Yes, way in the back.
Just a weird question, because I'm like a nut for like movie memorabilia and stuff.
Yes.
Any chance, especially with all the edibles and drinkables in this movie, that you guys would do a tie-in if you had somebody that would do like a drink for you? Like a Tromaville High drink or
Product
something?
placement, of course, or any of that, sure. Well, we have some licenses that are still, there's some Toxie licenses. I think there's some people license T-shirts and some toys and things like that. I mean, that kind of stuff, or putting the product in.
I'm talking about like drinks and beverages and stuff like that, just because it kind of plays into the idea of the movie.
We're open for it, it's just not our business, you know. If somebody wants to do it, we're open to everything. Actually, Troma movies are really good movies in which to put products, because of the mainstream very often don't want to sell cigarettes and things like that. We'd be happy to have a cigarette company. And our stuff is bootleg all over all over the developing world. You know, Philip Morris wants to sell the cigarettes to the poor countries, and our movies are bootlegged all over those poor countries. So Philip Morris could do very well if they gave us some money to put in their cigarettes. 'Cause that's the biggest market for the cigarettes, is places like China and the so-called emerging nations. But nobody wants to talk to us. Netflix won't even talk to us. Nobody, only you. And Toxic. And of course Biker Warriors.
Yes.
Anybody else have a question? We got probably time for a couple more. I get two more. Yeah. Rachel says two more. Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get your shoes?
Sorry? Where did I get my gay shoes? These are, my wife got them. They are, they're very fancy name.
Bowling
It's a
shoes?
very good company, and I just can't remember it. It's one of the big designer. Cave designer. And they're coming back, by the way. This stuff's coming back. I wore these as a child, and not these very shoes, but if you start noticing, I've noticed people starting to wear them again. Saddle shoes. And you can go bowling with them, too. Polo. They're the polo guy. Who does polo?
Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren, that's it. Ralph Lauren. Thank you, John. You must be gay, too. Thank you, it's a good question. My wife will be very happy that you asked. I've been married for 40 years to the same person, and Troma's 40 years. So it's pretty unusual in the movie business. And I've had the same partner at Troma, Michael Hers. One more question, perhaps? Well, we should ask that guy in the back. I'll hang out in there.
Is
if you
there
have
any
other
chance
questions.
that you're going to bring Troma Dance to other cities?
Troma Dance Film Festival is a festival we started 15 years ago in Park City, Utah, during the Sundance Festival. Trey Parker and Matt Stone and I went to Sundance and were very disgusted by it. We felt it was not really independent. So Trey sort of put the bug in my ear that we should put a stick in the eye of Sundance. So we started Troma Dance. You can submit your movies for free. You can see them for free, and there's no VIP policy. And for about 10 years, we put it on in Park City, Utah, during the Sundance Festival in the exact same spot, and made lots of friends. And 2 of our volunteers were incarcerated overnight because they handed out leaflets in the street. That's illegal during Sundance. And then we outgrew Sundance. We moved it to New Jersey. And now, this year, Troma Dance is coming to Brooklyn, New York. We got a venue there. And there's a Detroit Troma Dance, which is not that far, really. So Detroit Troma Dance is in its 3rd year. It's all volunteers, so anybody who wants to do a Troma Dance, it's up to fans to do it. I don't like to do any work whatsoever. But I do like to take credit for everything. So if you'd like to be involved, I'd love to help you out there. So if anybody wants to put on a Troma Dance, there's tromadance.com if any of you make movies. So it's too late for this year. This year, Detroit Troma Dance is June 13 and 14. The Brooklyn, New York Troma Dance, the mothership, is June 27 and 28. And we've premiered some very interesting movies there. Human Centipede, no festival would play it, and Troma Dance premiered it there, and it became quite a success. And there's a Human Centipede Part 2 now, which is in every
Part 3 is
yeah, now festivals in town have now. Troma is, we are new movies of the future. We do it first. I'm sure a lot of what you see in this movie you just saw, you will see in the next Steven Spielberg. It will not be long. Anyway, tromadance.com if you would like more information. One more question? Did you have a question?
I was just wondering, you guys have a lot of like lower level bands and actors in like the soundtrack and the cast. How exactly do you guys like figure out the soundtrack and the cast for your movies?
How do we get cast? Well, Troma's famous for being a stepping stone up the food chain. So by this time we announce a movie, we got a line around the block. People know that our movies contain the first performances of people like Kevin Costner and Samuel Jackson, Vincent D'Onofrio. So people want to work for us, and they kind of understand that these are movies of the future, so they go along with it. In terms of the music, people just the music for this movie, the Tiger Lilies. A fan just sent me the link on Twitter. And same with Rape Door from Minneapolis. Rape Door wrote the song, which is performed on film, I Want to Kill Myself Tonight. Appealed to me instantly. So, the Tiger Lilies, we had to pay something. Not much, but, they're fans, but we had to pay something. I think all the other music in this movie was free. Just people send it in and we go through it, or fans sometimes suggest things. The internet is a big, big help to a company like Troma. Motion Picture Association of America, the big media conglomerates are all down in Washington 24/7 trying to get rid of net neutrality and the open internet. And the internet's the last level playing field. Troma has as much right and as much power. If we have something entertaining or useful, we have as much opportunity as Disney. We're all in the same level playing field, which is not true anywhere else in the society. And the internet is at a severe risk if net neutrality goes away. The federal court just threw it out, just said that the FCC does not have the right to impose net neutrality on the world. And Verizon won this lawsuit. And now FCC is rewriting it. Hopefully Obama is for net neutrality, but he wobbles a lot. So you need to let your elected representatives know that if net neutrality goes away, so will they. You may remember SOPA. They tried to pass SOPA, which was Stop Online Piracy Act, which was just another way to get rid of net neutrality. It had nothing to do with piracy. They use the same arguments, that if we have net neutrality and if the internet is free, open, and democratic, it's going to lead to everybody bootlegging, there'll be no copyright left, and we'll all be inundated with porno. What I'm concerned is that we're going to have to pay for porno, and that would be a terrible but to be serious, the same argument was used by the MPAA, Motion Picture Association, and the studios when VHS came along. They used the same, they tried to throw a monkey wrench in. They sued the makers of the VHS and Betamax, saying the exact same thing, that people are going to be duplicating movies. People are going to will be flooded with porno. And they slowed it down enough so they could take it over and set up Blockbuster and own the industry. And of course, home video became the most lucrative area of the media, of the big media's world, of the conglomerate's world. So they're trying to do that with the internet, and hopefully you young folks, you young shit disturbers, will make sure that the internet remains free, open, and democratic. And I think on that very, very boring note, I will let you all. You're very polite here. New York, everybody would have left.